Hello everyone and welcome. Today's project is going to be a quick release buckle collar and it's going to be themed for Easter. For the supplies that we're going to need for this particular collar, we're going to be using a 3/4 of an inch nickel plated quick release buckle as well as a 3/4 of an inch O-ring. The setup that I have here today, I have my double cow's hitch going through the O-ring and the quick release buckle at the same time. If you're not familiar with this particular setup, I will leave a link below. It's a really short video on how to do this setup, and also if you're not familiar with how to put it on your jig, I do go over that as well. For the cords that we'll be using today, I do have this very pretty dip dyed cord in 550. I cannot pronounce the name of this cord very well. It will be on the screen for you now, and it will be also linked below. I do get it at Paracord EU, and I will have it linked below. Everything that I use today I will have linked below if you guys are interested in it. So throughout the video I'm just going to call it the dip dyed cord. So again, I have my double cow's hitch hooked up to this dip dyed cord. I am also going to be using 2 more of the same dip dyed cord. I have one 550 in Coyote and I have a tan in 275. I will also be using these super cute bunny beads. They are just super cute. So I'll see if I can put some in my hand so I can show you guys up close. I'm not like very good at this. Okay, so that's, sorry that my hand's so shaky, but that's what they look like. They have one ear flopped over, one ear up. They're just adorable, and I will be using these beads as well. The first cord that I'm going to add is one of the dip dyed cords, and what you want to do is you're going to loosen up your cow's hitches just a little bit, because you're going to want to go through those cow's hitches with your cord. Now I am using a paracord needle, but if you don't have one of these, that's quite alright. You can just melt the end of the cord and you can just slip it through. So I'm just going to go from right to left in between these 2 cow's hitches. Like that. I'm going to pull it to the other side, and I'll bring the middle of the cord to the top of my work. The next cord that I'm going to add is the Coyote, and I am going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go in between those 2 cow's hitches from right to left, bring it to the other side, bring the middle of the cord to the top of my work. The next cord that I'm going to add is the other dip dyed cord. What I want to do here is go in between this first cow's hitch, go underneath these 2 stitches towards the left, come up this second cow's hitch. So go in between the first one, underneath the 2 stitches, up the second cow's hitch towards the left, just like that. Pull this to the other side and to the middle at the top of your work. And for my last cord, which is the tan, I'm going to do exactly what I just did with that last dip dyed cord. Go in between the first cow's hitch, underneath those 2 stitches, come up the second cow's hitch towards the left, pull this to the other side and bring the middle to the top of your work. I have all my cords to the middle at the top. I tightened everything up and I double checked my measurements just in case anything moved. Since we're working with multiple of the same color cord, I rolled them up at a small, medium, and large. So this one I have is the rolled up small, and it's the cord that's coming out of the double cow's hitch. So both sides, right and left, are rolled up small. The next cord up, I rolled up as like a medium bundle. And the last one I did as a larger bundle. And like I said, whatever I have rolled up on the, so whatever I have rolled up on the left side is also the same on the right. You don't want to roll up your 275 tan cords because that's where we're going to be slipping on the bead. To start this project off, I'm going to be starting off on my right side. I'm going to take my smaller bundle of dip dyed cord, and I'm going to go underneath this first cord, right up the middle, and then over this second cord on my left. I'm going to take the dip dyed smaller bundle on my left side now and go underneath the cord that I worked. Going to go underneath this first cord, which is now on my left side, right up the middle, and then over that second cord on my right. And you have like a little triangle. Next, I'm going to take my medium bundle of dip dyed, and what I want to do with this one is I'm going to go over on the right side. So I'm going to take my cord and I'm going to go over and around and right up this loop that you have on your right. So take the one on the right and you're just going to go over and around and then up that loop on the right. Take the one on the left, and what you're going to do is you're going to go over and around, and then you'll come up the loop that you have on the left. So you're going to take it over and around and up that loop on the left. Now I'm going to take my Coyote, well actually, next you want to find these two horizontal pieces that are in the middle, and you want to pick up on those a little bit. So they're the dip dyed cords that are directly in the middle. You'll pick up on those. You're going to take your Coyote on your right side. You're going to go over and around those two horizontal pieces and right out the right side. So go over and around and come up and be on the right side of your working cord. Take the one on the left. You're going to go over and around those two horizontal pieces again, but you're going to go out the left. So go over and around and out the left. Alright, we are at the bigger bundle of dip dyed. What we're going to do is we're going to find those horizontal pieces again. We're going to go over and around and straight up the middle. You're going to go over and around those two horizontal pieces, and you're going to come up the middle. So you'll be on the left side of your working cord. Take the one on the left. You're going to go over and around, come straight up the middle, so you'll be on the right side of your working cord. So go over and around, right up the middle, and I'm on the right side of my working cord. And for your 275 cords, what you're going to do here is you're going to go take the one on the right, go over those horizontal pieces and out the right. Go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left. And then you can tighten it up. So we're going to start off again on our right side with the smaller bundle of Dip Died. So I'm going to take my smaller bundle on the right side. I'm going to go underneath that first cord, right up the middle, and then over that second cord on my left. Next, I'm going to take the smaller bundle on my left and go underneath the cord that I just worked. Again, underneath that first cord, right up the middle and over. Now I'm going to take my medium size bundle of Dip Died on my right side. I'm going to go over and around and right up that loop on my right. Just go over and around and right up the loop on the right. Take the medium bundle on the left side. You're going to go over and around and right up the loop on the left. So over, around, and up that loop on the left. Now you're going to find those two horizontal cords in the middle of Dip Died. What you're going to do is you're going to take your Coyote on the right side. You're going to go over and around and out the right. Over, around, and out the right. Take the one on the left. You're going to go over and around and out the left. So you're going to go over those two horizontal pieces, around and out the left. Now we're going to take our Dip Died, the larger bundle. We're going to go over these two horizontal pieces and around and out the right. Let's go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left. You're going to go over those two horizontal pieces again, but you're going to go out the left side. So go over and around and out the left. Take your 275 in tan on the right. You're going to go over and around and out the right. So go over, around, and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left and pull it through, and then you can tighten it up. Alright, once you tighten that up, we can start again. And we're going to start off on our right side. We're going to go underneath, right up the middle, and over with the smaller bundle. Go underneath the cord that you just worked. Go underneath, right up the middle, and then over. Take your medium bundle of Dip Died now on the right, go around, and then come right up that loop on your right. Take the medium on the left, go over and around, and right up that loop on the left. And find those two horizontal pieces. Take your Coyote now on your right, go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left. Now you're going to take your larger bundle of Dip Died, and before we just came up the middle, now we're going to go back out the right. So go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around, and we'll be going out the left. Take your 275 on the left, take your 275 on the right, go over and around and out the right. Take your 275 on the left now and go over and around and out the left, and then you can tighten it up. Once it's tightened up, we can start again, and this is where we will be putting on our first bead. So take your smaller bundle on the right side now, go underneath, right up the middle and over. Take the one on the left, go underneath the cord that you just worked, right up the middle and over. Take the medium size bundle of Dip Died, go around on the right and up that loop on your right side. Take the medium on the left, go underneath, right up that middle, Take the one on the left now, go underneath and right up that loop on your left side. Take your 2 horizontal cords in the middle again. Take your Coyote on the right, go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left. Take your larger bundle of Dip Died on your right. Now we're going to be going over and around and right back up the middle. So go over and around and up the middle. Take the one on the left, go over and around and again up the middle. And now take your 275 cords. You're going to want to find the ends of both cords, and you're going to be slipping on your bead on both of the cords. Okay, once you have your bead on, what you're going to do is what you've been doing the whole time with the tan cord, is you're going to go over and around those 2 horizontal pieces, take the one out the right, take the left out the left. Make sure that they're not twisted, and I'm going to take the one on the right and go out the right, take the one on the left and go around and out the left, and then you can tighten it up. Once you have it tightened up, you can start all over again. I'm going to be doing the same pattern all the way down the collar. I will be putting on a bead every other weave, and I will be rotating the beads. So my bunnies are going to face towards the left, and then the next bead that I put on, I'll have them facing towards the right. And then the one after that I'll have facing towards the left, and then the one after that will be towards the right, and I'm just going to rotate them back and forth like that. I like to do it that way because whichever way you're looking at the collar, if you're looking at it from the back or you're looking at it at the front, there's bunnies that will be facing you. So I do like it like that. I do my collars like that. So again, I'll be doing this same weave all the way down. So I went a few weaves down and another bunny down so you can see a bigger portion of it. And like I said, I'm going to be following the same pattern all the way down the collar. And you can see how I have one bunny facing towards the left, and then my second bunny faces towards the right. And I'm just going to rotate them all the way down. And you always want to remember to rotate also which way you're taking your larger bundle of Dip Died cord, whether you're going to the right or you're going towards the left up the middle. If you're going up the left towards the middle, that's when you're going to want to put your bead on. And like I said, it's every other weave for that as well. So I'm going to continue this all the way down the collar. When I get to the end, I'll show you guys how to do the tie off and what it looks like when it's completely finished. I'm at the end of my collar and I took it off the jig, and now we can start to weave in the ends. The cords that we're going to be weaving in are the Coyote brown, the Dip Died cord that's coming out of the front side of the collar, and the 275 cord. On both sides, all these cords we're going to be weaving from the front to the back. I'm going to start with my Coyote brown on my right, and what I want to do here is, you have a gap between your work right here and your 2 double cow stitches. You're going to go in that gap with your Coyote brown on both sides, as well as your Dip Died cord that's coming out of the front. So with the 275 cords, what you're going to do with them is you're gonna have this small hole between both cow's hitches, and it might be tight. So you're going to want to go through that hole with both of the tan 275 cords from front to back. Okay, so once you have that taken care of, we can start cutting and melting the ends. So I'm going to start on my sides, and I'm going to cut about a half an inch, quarter of an inch up from the side. I'm going to do these 2 dip dyed cords. I'm going to fray them out, and they're very close together, so I'm just going to burn them together and then squish them down. So I'm just going to go back and forth, get them super melty, and then I'm going to squish down both of them. I'll do the same for the other side. Once you have the 2 sides done, we can start with these middle cords. And I'm going to start with my Coyote on my right side. I'm going to cut it about the same length. I'm going to fray it out. I'm going to burn the top, melt it, and then squish it down. I'll do the same for the rest of the cords, one at a time. If you do it one at a time, you can always hold those other cords out of your way while you're melting it. Okay, once you're done melting it, you can use your collar as is if you'd like. What I like to do is put a little bit of Gorilla Glue on the ends that I just melted, and I use clear, non-foaming Gorilla Glue. And a little bit goes a long way, but I like to put it on all the ends that I just melted, and then I smear it around with my finger. So I like to put it on the ends that I just melted, and a little bit goes a very long way. And I just rub it around in this area. So I'm going to let this dry. It takes a few hours, and then I will show you guys what the finished result looks like.